Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I'm actually going to answer a question from the Trello board today. This is exciting because I've been ignoring the Trello board. I either have ideas and I'm running or something, and while I'm running, this is funny. So I'll tell you kind of sometimes how some of these videos come about. Is I'm running, right? I'm doing my 10-mile run, and I'm listening to something, listening to audiobook, and some idea pops in my head. And so while I'm running, I'm whipping out my phone and I'm sending myself an email, trying to put a few words, and getting auto-corrected while I'm trying to run at the same time, and bumping into people and all that. And so I get some of these ideas, and then those are in my inbox. So of course I do videos on those. So that's how some of the ideas come. But I do have a Trello board, and if you're part of the Patreon campaign, which you can check out here, and you have, I think the pledge number was, if you're at $10 a month, I believe that was it, you get access to the Trello board. And so there you can vote up, you can comment on stuff, and you can look and see what's on there, what kind of questions that are coming in. I've got, I'm probably at any point 60, 70 questions on there, or ideas and stuff like that for videos. So I'm actually taking one from there that was voted up, that had a couple of votes, and it's a career-related question. So anyway, the title is "How Do I Know When I'm Worth 100K?" And the email that I got says, "Hello, John Sonmez," very formal. In one of your videos, you said that being a junior developer means you get paid less to solve the same problems as senior engineers. I did say that. I don't remember the name of that video, but maybe it'll appear here if my buddy Rodrigo knows. If not, I don't know, Rodrigo, you can put whatever you want here if you can't find that video. But anyway, he says that this has been so true at my job, and I've been thinking about leaving my present company. Recruiters asked my present compensation, or what I'd like. So how do I come up with a number that doesn't overshoot but doesn't inadvertently sell myself short? P.S. I've got 3 years of experience and a bachelor's in an unrelated degree, if that helps. Thanks for your response and show, Mike. So, Mike, so I'll answer the question that was in your subject line, which is, how do I know when I'm worth 100K? You are worth, let's rephrase that. Let's say, how do I know, what I'm worth, or how do I, say what I'm worth without, or how do I, actually, I'll just take your original question. Okay, so how do I come up with a number that doesn't overshoot but doesn't inadvertently sell myself short? Well, here's the answer. You are worth what you can say with a straight face. Okay, so whatever you can say with a straight face, that's what you're worth. If you can't say it with a straight face, you're not worth it. So how do you know when you're worth 100K? When you can say it with a straight face. So that I know that sounds a little bit weird, but there's actually a little bit of wisdom in this answer, which is basically this. You could be worth $200,000 right now. Right now, you could be the CEO of Pepsi, right? You could do that job. I don't know who the CEO of Pepsi is, but I think you could do that job. I mean, Coke, no. The Coke guy or gal, they're doing good. But Pepsi, you could do. And I'll tell you why. Because it's just a job, right? The CEO of Pepsi is maybe 20% better than you are right now. I don't know. I'm making this up. But the point is, what determines what you make, right? Not just in the job, but in life, and what you get in life is what you ask for and what you think, right? And there's not that much of a difference. It seems like someone getting paid $1 million a year is worth that much more, but it's really just what they have the balls to ask for, what they think that they're worth. That's 90% of the value there. I know that seems really weird, but it's really true. There's actually a poem that I want to read you here. I guess you look up the poem though. Poem. Let's see. I'm going to teach you how to Google. So I'm going to Google life gladly would have paid. This is the poem I'm looking for. My Wage. It's called My Wage. Okay. So it goes like this. It's by Jesse Rittenhouse. I think it is. This website with this weird kid over here. It's Inspiration Peak. This kid is legitimate. He says that this is definitely by Jesse Rittenhouse. So the poem goes like this. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged that evening when I counted my scanty. However, I begged that evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is just a just employer. He gives you what you ask, but once you have set the wages, why, you must bear the task. I work for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I'd asked of life, life would have gladly paid. I think this is an important principle behind this. So, what this means is that your goal, right, is to be able to ask more and to be able to get to that point of confidence. Now, some people can get that to that point of they're built with that point of confidence, right? They know they're worth $1 million, and they go in and somehow they are like the wolf on Wall Street, and they go in and they command a high salary from the very beginning because they go and they sell themselves and they know it and they have it in their heart and they believe they're worth this amount of money. Some people don't. Right? I didn't start that way. At one point, I remember getting a job, my first job as a developer, and getting paid $20 an hour. And I was like, holy shit, they're paying me $20 an hour. Do you realize I am making $20 an hour and getting a raise to $25 an hour and just being like, just thinking that I had some kind of scam going here because they're paying me $25 an hour to write code. Really? Right? And that was before I got a job making $75 an hour. And the last time that I billed someone to write code, it was at $300 an hour. Now I bill $500 an hour to not write code. But that's besides the point. The point is this: it's like it took time. I didn't think I was worth that amount. Now, I'm not saying that you can just set your price, right? I'm not saying that you can have no skills and you can just set your price. But what I am saying is that as your skills develop, right, and your confidence develops along with that, that is what's going to give you the ability to say with a straight face what you're worth. And if either one lags behind, it won't work, right? Because if you don't have the skills, you're not going to you're not worth it, so you're not going to have the confidence, right? You're not going to be able to go in and ask for, let's say, 100K, right? But if you do have the skills and experience, and you have sort of built your way up, right? And you've done some of the things I talk about. If you've taken my course already on how to market yourself as a software developer, check that out. That will help you to get the confidence side of it, to market yourself, to learn how to to increase your worth so that you're projecting worth to other people, and it'll give you the confidence to ask for a higher price, right? It's not going to give you the skills. You got to develop the skills on your own. That's different, right? You got to have skills. You got to have skills. It's style and substance. That's the formula. Style times substance equals money. Right? Style times substance equals money. I like how that sounds. Style times substance equals money. Money, money, money. But that is true, right? You got to have both of those things. If you just have style, you don't have substance, you're a fraud. If you just have substance and you don't have style, well, no one knows who you are. You're not going to be able to ask a lot of money. So anyway, long answer because I'm sort of derailing this because I want to make this more of a mental thing. It's not necessarily just the experience, right? Get the experience, but ask big, right? I've talked about this before. I've talked about this concept of asking big, and I did this video on not saying no. Never say no, right? I said instead just ask something ridiculous, and it's the same kind of idea. You got to get this mindset. You got to grow. So so think about it. Do your research. Figure out what software developers are paid, and then you can get to that point where you can ask for 100K with a straight face, and that'll be your straight face because you'll know you're worth it, and you'll project that when you come across, right? There's no magic to this, right? It's a matter of how you project. 90% of people's opinion of you will be what you think of you, what you project, right? Because we're walking around as human beings, we have to size up people, right? We're going to assume that what they're telling us about themselves or what their opinion is true for the most part, right? We don't have time to question every single thing that we see. We're going to use our perception. You see some guy in an Armani suit that steps out of a Lamborghini, you're going to assume he is rich. You're not going to assume that he rented the Lamborghini and the suit and he's a fraud, right? It's just, you got to take things at face value. So people will. And so if you project confidence, if you project that you're worth 100K and you can say it with a straight face and you have the experience to back it up, which makes it so that you can say it with a straight face, because without that, you're not going to be able to, right? Being a fraud is not going to, you're not going to be able to project the confidence unless you're a total con man, but if you are, you don't, why are you asking me this question? Right? Obviously you're not. So that's what all I'm saying is that it's that's what it's going to take in order to get there. So anyway, probably not the answer that you thought I was going to give you, that you were looking for, but honestly, this is where it comes from. I mean, and people always argue this. They're always on the side. They're like, what the heck? How could you charge someone so much money? It's because they'll pay it, because the same set of skills, one person could be charging $25 an hour and one person could be charging $200 an hour. I guarantee you, the same set of skills, and both people could be doing a job that is worth that price, or that turns out to be a good deal. It's just one of them knows what they're worth and is able to project that confidence, and so they're actually worth that higher value, whereas the other one doesn't, and they don't project that confidence, and just like that poem, right? They only asked for life, $25 an hour. So that's all they got. So that's it. All right. Hopefully you find that useful. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.